Hi, this is Carlo from careershift2it.com. In this episode, discuss natin yung paano gumawa ng isang malupit na bug report. This is a parang mini course paano gumawa ng isang bug report. So, hindi lang tayo magdi-discuss ng definition of terms because pwede mo i-google yun. Pero ang di-discuss ko ngayon, kung anong ginagawa ng isang tunay na tester sa totoong buhay, paano niya ginagawa, ano yung before and after, at ano yung katuturan ng bug report. So, di-discuss natin yun. So, hindi lang to basta-basta definition kind of video. So, we will learn a lot. And for aspiring career shifters out there, yung mga, if gusto niyo matuto pa, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notify button para ma-notify kayo ng mga videos na ganito. So, here we go. Welcome sa ating fourth mini course. So, just to recap kung ano yung nangyari sa mga past videos. Nagbigay ako ng instruction and some short training paano mag-comprehend ng isang business requirements. Tapos, based from the business requirements, gumawa tayo ng test case using a test case template. And then, from this test case creation, nag-perform tayo how to execute the test steps para matest yung isang software. So ngayon, by the way, pwede nyo i-access yung mga previous videos using the links below sa description ng episode na to. So today, issue life cycles or bug life or defect life cycle. So, i-discuss natin ngayon paano mag-handle ng isang issue. Yung ang isang tunay na tester. Okay? So, example, based from the business requirements, gumawa tayo ng test cases, and then after following these test cases, may nakita kang bug. Ano yung bug na yun? So, after this, for example, yung step 6, after appearing available flights and date, click book now button, tapos click confirm booking. Dun sa step 6, may napansin kang hindi tama using this specific test environment. So, alamin natin. So, may existing example ako dito. Let's see here. So based daw sa test steps, for example, for the sake of discussion, ito siya. Manila to Taipei, August 11 to dapat round trip to say August 30th. Tapos nung kinlik ko yung search for one box, ito daw yung presyo niya, which is $133 yung pinakauna. So for the sake of discussion, pipiliin natin siya. So nung click book now, may nakita tayong issue, which is ito, hindi tama. Naging euro, tapos tumaas yung presyo niya. So that is one example of a bug. So kapag hindi tama yung computation, then that's already a bug. So considering nakita mo siya at nag-screenshot ka, so ano yung next step mo yun? So sa isang tunay na tester, may isang proseso na sinusunod. It may or may not be this kind of flow. Mamaya pakita ko yung workflow. Pero basically, ito yung parang backbone ng isang defect life cycle sa isang team. More or less, it may change or may dagdag na step. But I'll teach you yung basic flow para ma-handle natin yung isang defect within the software development life cycle. And this one, ang tawag sa kanya, defect life cycle. Okay? So, buksan natin yung workflow. So, ito siya ngayon. So, using this file, habang nagtitest ka, you found this specific issue or defect. By the way, anong difference ng defect or issue? Well, wala siyang generic na
parang rule, which is which, and both can be interchangeably used, depende sa norm or nakagawian ng isang software development team. So nasa sa inyo yun. How you define a bug or a defect. Mamaya I'll teach you more yung mga parts ng isang software, bug report. So for now, let's check the flow. So nandito tayo ngayon sa test execution. And then as a tester, you found a bug, which is ito nga, may variance or discrepancy sa total amount. So anong gagawin natin ngayon? So next step, after documenting the issue, ang sabi sa flow, first step, existing na ba itong issue na to? Or reported na ba sa mga past iteration? Existing meaning, usually yung isang software development team, meron siyang bug repository. So or a list of software issues. So bilang isang tester, para hindi mag-document ng doble, kailangan you need to make sure na meron ng or walang duplicate na issue na mado-document, or else may duplicate effort on the part of the developer and also the project manager. So yun lang yung katuturan nung step na yun. At for example, if hindi pa siya reported, meaning nakita mo siya, then move tayo sa next step, not reported. So under not reported, you need to ask yourself yung tatlong question na to. Na-validate ko na ba yung older version? Meaning, for example, you're in a iteration, isang sprint or isang enhancement period. Let's just say enhancement period, development period. And then kahapon tinest mo tong specific flow na to and okay naman yung amount. And then this morning nag-deploy yung developer at nakita mo yung bug na to. So you need to test as a tester just to make sure na mapinpoint natin yung version kung saan nagsimula yung bug. Kailangan mong i-test yung older version. For example, sa app, sa native app or sa iOS app, kailangan mong i-download yung old APK para i-reinstall mo sa mga devices. Kung version 1 yung kahapon, ngayon is version 2. So as a tester, para ma-make sure mo na introduce yung bug today, and it wasn't existing yesterday, so you need to test the older versions. Okay? So always compare para ma-pinpoint ng developer kung saan siya magsisimulang mag-investigate. Yun ang katuturan nun. Tapos i-validate mo ngayon sa prod if existing na siya. Meaning for example, dito sa list na to, hindi mo nakita yung issue, pero ngayon tinatry mong i-validate yung issue nito sa prod. Meaning when we say validate in prod, ito test environment to. So parang sandbox siya. Hindi to naka-release sa public. So pupunta ka ngayon, for example, sa prod, Air Asia, sa mismong Air Asia. Pupunta ka ngayon sa mismong production or live environment, live website, kung talagang nandun yung issue. Ngayon, kapag napatunayan mong nandun yung issue, then proceed tayo sa next step. Okay? Which is review documents. So, yung patong question na tatanungin mo, pasok ba to sa requirements? So, requirements are the plans and the goals and the scope ng isang software. So, kapag may nakita kang discrepancy, pasok ba to sa requirements o hindi? Kapag hindi, then there's a need for us to create a ticket para masabit natin sa dev. Okay? No, I'm sorry. Sa flow na to, existing and reported. Kapag existing and reported na siya, then kailangan mo lang i-report yung team na you found an issue, or pwede kang add ng comments sa isang ticket na existing. Tapos add ka na rin ng helpful screenshots or videos para ma-update yung previous handler ng mga tickets. Ngayon, kapag close na, then proceed tayo sa create a new ticket. So, again, kapag may hindi reported, tanungin mo sarili mo, na-validate ko ba sa prod, na-validate ko ba sa older versions, and na-review ko yung documents. Once you're really confident na issue siya, then start to create a ticket. A ticket or a bug report. So, before tayo mag-proceed sa next few steps, allow me to show you yung isang typical na bug report. So, this is just a template sa Excel. Pero yung mga parts na to, pwede siyang ma-replicate sa ibang software. CRM or issue log CRMs. For example, Jira and QC or ALM. So, those are your typical issue management CRMs. So, breakdown natin yung mga typical. Ito yung this specific parts may or may not be available sa CRM, but ito yung mga importante nating ma-document. Just a starting point when you're trying to shift or start out your career in software testing. So, item number, just make sure na bug siya. Pag nakita natin yung item number, alam natin na this is already a bug. And then yung bug description. So itong part na to, quick summary ng isang defect. So on this specific example, we can say na there's a discrepancy in the total amount for round trip for between Manila to Taipei route. Ayun. So yun yung quick example. And then priority and severity come in hand in hand. So anong difference ng dalawa? Yung priority is gaano siya ka-urgent na i-fix sa isang software development sprint or timeline, or gaano siya ka-urgent na i-fix sa prod na naapektuhan na ba siya ng maraming user or yung kita ng software. Yun. Kapag oo, malaki na yung urgency na kailangan para ma-fix siya kasi natitigil na yung operation, then it's critical down to the lowest. Okay? So, yun yung priority. Defines how urgent this bug should be fixed in your test environment or in prod. Yan. Severity. Ito naman yung, so ito, basahin ko siya. Defines how many business rules or software function are impacted to your testing and to your business as usual. So, ganito, gaano kalawak yung naapektuhan ng bug na to or issue na to sa inyong software development efforts or in the prod. Kumari yung AirAsia. So, maraming nagbubook ngayon, nag-promo ka, maraming nagbubook, and then may discrepancy sa bug. Ano gagawin mo? Siyempre, severity yun kasi maraming gumagamit ngayon. Okay? So, yun yung so far, yung example. So, steps to replicate. Ito yung pwede mong copy yung steps to replicate sa test case mo. Pero if you have yung special steps or some deviation steps na ginawa mo para ma-uncover yung bug, then try to document it step by step. Okay? So, test environment. So, again, we need to make sure kung saan mo siya nakita. Kung anong version, kung anong which environment. Kasi may mga iba-ibang environment tayo, diba? May dev, may staging, may UAT. So, you need to define kung anong environment mo siya nakita. So, sa test case natin, ito siya. And yan ang environment. And then, nakita mo siya sa environment. So ito siya. So make sure you document this one. Okay, so moving on, the next column, which is yung prerequisite. So ano yung mga conditions or preparations na ginawa mo before you perform the steps para ma-uncover mo yung bugs. Expected result, ito yung pwede mo i-copy to sa test case din, or you might as well list down kung ano yung pinupunta mong expected result dun sa total amount para straight to the point siya. Actual result is really important, so dito mo dinidefine or nililist down kung ano yung talaga yung discrepancy. So list as much, yung itemized bullet form will be very helpful for the reader ng bug report para easier to digest. Bug status, ito yung karaniwan, it may or may not, again, don't quote me for this, but ito yung sa isang team, yung bug status niya is rejected, under fix, peer review, ready for test. So dito nilalagay ng isang dev or ng project manager or ng product owner kung anong status na ng bug, kung anong stage na siya. So kung na-report mo na, anong stage na siya. So may katuturan to sa bawat developer and software tester. Kasi when you are at these stages, yung replicated, rejected, under fix, or peer review, yung isang tester hindi pwede mag-retest unless it's tagged for ready for test. Kasi itong stages na to, ito yung nasa dev side pa yung bug. So they're trying to come up with a fix or trying to assess kung valid ba yung bug or hindi. So, or if it's fixable within the period or deferred sa next sprint or next project. Okay? So as a tester, pwede mo lang i-test kapag natag na siya as ready for test. And then date reported. So dito malalaman, helpful to sa mga project manager and as well for you, kasi dito mo madadocument yung timestamp kung kailan mo siya na-uncover. And then date resolve, again, kapag tumatagal na siya, kailangan mo i-follow up sa dev or your project manager kung anong status ng bug. So date reported is really important for us para alam natin kung ano yung nahuhuling or na delay na delivery. Date resolve, ito yung date na retest mo at na validated mo na yung fix, which is ito, nung nagbook ka ng one way Manila to Taipei is 133, tapos 133 din to and some tax. So taxes and charges, so hindi na siya euro. So if na-sign off mo siya, na-test mo na maigi sa one way and round trip, then you're good to go. Pwede mo na siyang lagyan ng date, tapos mag-comment ka dito of QA sign off or tested with expected result or tested that the fix was indeed effective. Yun, sa layman term. So scroll up lang ako just to show you yung typical na entry for each column. So again, item, bug description, priority, severity, steps to replicate, kung ano yung environment, prerequisite na ginamit ko para maging guide ng isang developer kung ano talaga yung steps and input na kailangan niya para ma-replicate niya yung issue. Tapos expected result, ito yung again, the ideal way na mag-compute si app, and then actual result, bug status, at again mag-vary siya based sa team nyo, and then date reported, date resolved, and comments. So template lang to. So if you're using a CRM like Jira and QC, this columns may differ, pero yung essence niya and yung way of documenting it, yung context niya should be there. Okay, if not, then you have to document it as a tester. You have to document it on your own and report kung ano yung kailangan lang nila. So para meron kang sariling record or archive, para something like a cover your ass thing for software testers, na ito ngayon nangyari. You have all the story over here, at merong kulang dito is yung screenshots. So, na-mention ko naman siya nung umpisa. So, kailangan talaga ng screenshots and logs, for example, XML or JSON logs. Also, some videos if mahirap i-capture yung issue sa screenshots. And yung screenshots should reflect yung before and after ng incident para mayroong comparison. Okay? So, that's it. That's it for the create a ticket, submit to dev. So, again, konting recap lang. Nag-execute ka, you found an issue. If existing na siya, append mo yung ticket. If close na yung ticket, then create a ticket. If hindi pa naman reported yung issue, then you need to ask yourself if na-introduce pa siya ng most recent version or iteration or deployment or existing na siya before. Okay? Validate and prod. Kailangan issue na ba siya sa current production or hindi. Yan. Then review documents, yung business requirements. Ito yung get or chase people around yung most recent discussions or changes in the document. If may change management procedure kayo, then you need to know, you need to be aware yung latest version ng documents. So you'll have something in reference para talagang may basis ka to document a bug report. Okay, so if you're ready with your bug report, then we can move on to the next flow, which is yung dev created a fix, submits for peer review. So aside from the bug report, you can also perform a demo to the dev kung paano mo siya na-uncover. Para syempre kung if you're on the same office or meron kayong way like Skype or Zoom to demo your defect, then mas okay, mas mabilis. And then wait for their fix and probably help them out supply yung test data, reusable test data para mas mabilis nilang ma-investigate. Again, next step is fix is approved, deployed to dev branch. Dev branch, ito, may papakita ako sa inyo kung ano yung katuturan ng dev branch, staging, and UAT para ma-aware kayo kung bakit hindi siya pwedeng dumiretso sa UAT or sa prod. Okay? So, ito yung dev branch, which is yung most basic. Ito yung dito lang ina-upload ni dev yung kanyang fix. May sarili siyang branch. Kung may tatlo kayong dev, so mayroong tatlong dev branch or maybe apat, ganun. Depende kung ano yung need ng team. Pero for the sake of discussion, let's just say meron kang isang dev branch at meron isang dev. Yung fix niya, in-upload niya sa dev branch. So, i-test mo ngayon to. Dev branch is also, kumari itong test environment na to, nakatutok yung database niya sa dev branch para ma-pick up niya ng environment na to yung fix ng code ng isang dev. Okay? So, again, dev branch is a smaller or simpler branch ng isang test environment na nandun yung specific fix for that specific bug. So, wag mo hanapin yung ibang fix ng other tickets dito. Okay? Just want to be clear para hindi malito. So as soon as you're done testing the dev branch, yung isang QA or dev, pwede ka niyang i-allow na mag-merge from dev branch to from dev branch to staging. Staging is another version of the test environment. Pwedeng .NET or .staging dito, ganun. Pero it may differ sa ibang team nyo. Pero ang katuturan ng staging is ito yung group of enhancement code or code changes ng specific sprint. So dito siya ngayon mini-merge. So baka siya mini-merge at hindi dito direkta. Siyempre, kailangan natin malaman kung mayroong conflict or ayun nga, is para mas maigi yung versioning natin. Para kapag may nag-break or may issue sa fix or pag merge ng code, agad malalaman ng team ng developers or QA kung anong i-rollback nila. Okay? Yun yung katotohanan. Ngayon, you need to perform the same testing over here sa fixes. Yung high level lang. Kapag okay, then merge the code to UAT. Yung UAT is something that is very, very close sa production copy. So, para na tong live. Except it doesn't accept real payments or user details. It doesn't save hindi mo makikita yung prod details. Pero it mirrors almost the same as production. Okay? So UAT pangkalahatan na to, which is it has your most recent changes, code changes, and yung old functionality. So yan. Perform mo ulit yung fixes mo. If okay, then you're good to go for production. So usually dev yung nag-merge ng code changes sa production, going to production. So we never merge directly to production, or we never merge directly to UAT. Usually, a good and very mature team, staging muna, and then UAT, and then production. Okay? So yun yung katuturan ng flow na to. Bakit may flow tayo? Okay, so fix is approved and deployed to dev branch. Tapos, again, QA needs to retest fix from dev branch. QA sign off, meaning you're happy with the fix and you're happy na wala ng issue sa software. But if not, then this is your flow, not fix. So, i-document mo ulit kung ano yung mga natitira pang bug or may collateral bug. Collateral bug is something na nasira dahil na-introduce yung fix dun sa nireport mong bug. So, yun. Yun yung pinakasimpleng definition ng collateral bug. You can Google it if you want. Pero, yun. So, not fix. Document mo additional information. JSON files or JSON XML or output ng retest mo. Like screenshots and videos. Document the same ticket. Tapos, i-assign mo ulit sa dev or the project manager for further fixes. Tapos, dev will investigate and then create another fix or defer or reject your issue. Ngayon, anong gagawin mo pag nireject ng dev? Pero, you're really sure na validate mo siya as not fix. Then, provide a more specific report, or you can demo it. Pero if ayaw pa rin yan, then try to get the help of or escalate the incident to your project manager and or your product owner para sila yung mag-decide if it's really a valid issue or not. Para you can move on to other testing effort. So don't get stuck dun sa isang issue na yun. You have to move on and involve other people if yung dev is not confident na bug siya o hindi. Okay? So, if invalid siya, then let the manager or the team decide kung valid ba siya o hindi, or you can defer it to another sprint or iteration. So, everyone else can move on with the other stuff to be delivered on your deadline. Okay? So, balik tayo dito. Okay, so you're happy with the fix. So what's next? Merge the ticket along with the fix with the staging. So ito yung discuss ko kanina. So that's just it. And then retest again for if the ticket is ready to be submitted to the prod. Okay, and then close the issue. Okay, so yun yung flow ng isang defect management workflow. It may or may not be the same, but basically ito yung parang context ng how to manage it. Okay, so what else? Gusto ko lang i-cover to. So if found a bug, scan for okay. Reporting include test data. Okay. So ito yung short recap. Business requirements, execution, test case creation, test execution yung pag actual na testing ng isang software code or new enhancements. Issue life cycle, ito yung kakadiscuss lang natin how to handle the bug from start to finish. Tapos yan, na-discuss natin yung difference between a defect and issue and priority and severity. Found a bug, what now? Okay, so if you have other suggestions, feel free to comment below yung mga technique nyo how to handle a bug. Pero just to start with, ito yung parang backbone ng isang defect lifecycle. Okay? So if hindi pa kayo subscribe, please subscribe sa YouTube channel and feel free to comment below kung if you have other topics for me to cover. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.